Hey team, this is what I call a halftime talk, like in basketball games or football games where the team breaks, for 15 to 30 minutes and they are in the locker room and maybe the team wasn't doing so hot and they need the coach to pump them up, motivate them to do really well in the second half, to hit the ground running and kick butt and play with an energy that they didn't have before. And sometimes that happens in theater too. Like there's an intermission and the director does a little talk to the actors and to kick them into gear to be like, all right, come out with even more energy. So it's 5 o'clock here where I am in Arizona, but I go to bed late. So this is kind of like a break, a halftime, because I've got a lot of day left. So wherever you are in the world, just think of it as you're going to be motivated for the rest of the day or the next day. And I want to talk about selling because it gets a bad rap. Selling can have a negative connotation, like you're selling something cheap, or we're trying to rip somebody off, or we're just trying to make somebody spend money on something they don't want, or we want to make them do something they don't want to do. And but selling can also be very, very positive, and it is, and it's happening all the time because selling is happening all the time. Every time we're talking, we're selling. Like I'm selling now because I'm talking to you. I'm selling you on something. Like friends are selling friends on let's go to a party, let's have some ice cream. Kids are getting sold to go to bed by their parents. People are getting sold to work more at their job, work harder at their job, or to come back from break, or to we're always talking to kind of be persuasive. We're always talking to get we want something for someone, but it doesn't have to be bad. It can be, we're doing it very benevolent things too. Saying can I give you a hug? And that's very, very loving and gentle, benevolent. I just want to give you a hug. And they say yes because it sounded so inviting and so friendly. And that was a form of selling. I can say, hey, would you like to talk? Would you like to tell me about your day? And even that, that phrase is just kind of persuading them to tell you. But it's a good thing because they want to feel like you care and you're supportive and you're willing to listen and you're just safe to talk to about whatever emotions or thoughts they have. So, I want you to start thinking about just whenever you're talking, to anybody, it's good. So we're talking about selling, and I'm doing something very loving. I'm coming from the heart. I'm believing in what I am saying and asking you, or requesting you, or suggesting. If I suggest somebody hey, take a break and watch this YouTube video with me. Let's to come across from it's loving. If I have thoughts I just want to share, hey, I have some thoughts about how we could rearrange the living room. But it's coming from a place of loving and goodness. Coming from a place of not insecurity and lack and fear, but we're coming from excitement and enthusiasm and happiness and happy to be alive and creativity and just not afraid to be expressive. We're coming from that place. And that it's okay if I have an idea that it's shot down. So it's really detachment really goes hand in hand with it. That's the word. Detachment, that I don't need somebody to do anything. I don't need them to say yes to my idea. I don't need them to answer my question. I don't need anything. It's okay if whatever happens, whatever outcome it is, like, I'll be fine. I'll be happy. I'll be just as happy now and 10 minutes from now, I'll be just as happy as I am now, regardless of what happens. And we can play that way so that I can be really enthusiastic. And I want you to not just think of this as like, I'm trying to get somebody to do something because that's better for me. I want you to come from like, it's when it's better for everyone. There's an upside for the person that I'm talking to, and there's an upside for me. If I want them to look good. This is an improv phrase, like make your partner look good in improv comedy. And I've got a partner on stage, and we're doing it together. It's teamwork. But I want them to be the star. I want them to get the applause. I want them to get all the laughs, and for people to compliment them at the end. And I'm going to like support them. I'm going to be their like frame so that they can like be awesome. And what happens though is that bounces back to me, like that good energy, me happy for them, comes back to me, and then I end up looking good too, or I like do well too. So it's like, it's always win-win. And then in life, that's also happening. Because I can want like my spouse, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my wife, my husband, whatever your significant other is, you can want them to look good. You could treat all their ideas like they're brilliant. You could sell them on themselves. You can root for them. You could tell them all the reasons they're awesome. You can, and they'll like start getting into it. But yeah, you can be like helpful to them. You could be like, I want to take something off your plate. I want to do you a favor. I want to give you a gift. And with enthusiasm, coming from a place of like, it's all win-win. Upside everywhere. And in business, a lot of times we're literally like, I've got a product that I'm selling. I've got a client, I have a prospective like asking about it. And I can talk to it like from the most positive outlook, like the most positive perspective you could look at it, that thing. If I'm selling myself and my own services, if I'm a gardener and I'm selling my gardening services, if I help people like with their groceries, I want to sell myself like at the top of my intelligence, look at it in the most like I'm looking at all the testimonials that say I'm great. I want to come from that place so that I can tell them about it. Like I know what I'm doing and I've got good things to offer, and you're going to really like it. You're really going to like what I have to offer. I really truly believe that, because this is the way I'm coming from. And I'm not saying anything's perfect, but you can view it from like an angle, from a way you can view this that you're only excited. So we're going to help everyone see excitement everywhere. So that's what we can do with our presence. We can do it with our words, but we can do it with our body language. We can walk into a room with our family there, and I can sell them on, this is a good life. This is the best life. And I can sell them that I am loving, and I love them, and they love, and I love everything about them, and I even love myself. And I don't even have to use words. I don't have to be like, hey guys, listen to me sell this, because I could just like walk in. My body language is doing the talking, because I'm coming from confidence. I'm coming from the everything awesome inside of me. Like some people call that their inner spirit. their the knowingness, the universe inside them, the amazing, all-powerful being is inside them. The invincible spirit is inside them. And I could come from that place. Some people say we have like innate goodness, in everybody's core. We have that. And we're just getting in touch with it. We're just coming from that place. And we're going to not say anything. You don't have to do anything different, but like even just think those thoughts, and like everybody can read them on your face. And that's a way of selling. They say like on camera, like when they teach actors how to act on camera, that like the camera sees what you're thinking. Like if I'm thinking about like something sad, like it sees it. I just have to think it in my head. But we can be doing that like in life too. So at our jobs and our families and all these little one-on-one interactions we have, as soon as you walk in the door, it's like you are selling. And you are going to have ideas that you want to express to them, and we want you to come from this place like, I'm brilliant, I'm genius. What I have to say is really going to be of service, and I'm repeating things because that's how it gets sunk in. Sometimes we just have to hear it over and over again, and the repetition of it is what is really beneficial to you. So I want you to walk in like you're glad to be alive, and then you love yourself, and you're thinking about good things. You're thinking, like the movie Happy Gilmore, and he talks about the happy place. Happy, and his name was Happy, and he's like, Happy, you got to go to your happy place. And then he's imagining all this stuff, and then he like plays awesome at golf at the end of that. But I want us to come from that, like we go into our happy place, and we see all these like funny images of like, I don't know, you're like making out with somebody, and you see a ice cream cone, and you see like a glass of lemonade, or you see a teddy bear or a wall of stuffed animals, whatever makes you like really happy. People jumping up in the air on a trampoline, people like doing snow angels. Whatever makes you happy, like you come from that place, and now I'm selling from there. Everything I say now, anything I have to say, somebody asks me like, hey, what do you think about putting the painting over here on this wall? And then I'm going to come from that happy place, and then I can go with my opinion, and I'd be like, I think it's great, like right where you have it. And selling them on like their idea. They nailed it. They hit it. And then they feel good that you're so supportive. And you're going to be even more, they're going to feel it even more than normal. And that's what we want. Okay, and so in business, I have a client, and sometimes they'll ask me, what is it like to work with you? And I could treat that like, I don't know if you even need to work with me. Like maybe you've got enough like help in life, and it's like, don't worry about it. You're probably not even interested. I could come from that place, very similar to like when you're waiting tables and at a restaurant and they have dessert, and the manager is like, hey guys, can we sell some desserts tonight? Can we sell this chocolate cake? And I could like not mention it to the tables and be like, well, it's on the menu. They can just ask me if they want the chocolate cake. Or they could be like, hey, is there anything else you need? Probably not, right? You probably just want the check. You don't want any dessert or anything, right? Like I could come from that way, and I'm like just selling them on like not getting a dessert, even if that wasn't my intention. Or I could actually make it sound good. I could say, this chocolate cake is homemade, and it's got 7 layers, and it's got whipped cream on it, and there's a little like raspberry like circle on the top, and it comes on this cool long rectangle plate, and you're gonna want to take a picture of this when I put it down on your table. And I'm gonna bring a spoon for everybody, and we've got those long spoons, with like that you're not getting too much of a bite at one time, and this cake is so moist that you can cut it with the spoon, and I'm just making it sound like, all right, I want to try it. And we have that power with everything. It just makes things sound good. And it's just better for the world. So let's say you have a job. Like, think about your job. And like, every job is selling something. If you're a school teacher, you're like selling the kids on the lesson of the day. You're selling on like paying attention to what's on the chalkboard. If you're a gym teacher, you're like selling them on like, hey, we're going to learn basketball today. Like, selling them on the safety rules and why they have to like, obey them, and what happens if they don't. And every job is kind of like this. You could be an accountant and you're like just providing like numbers for somebody, but you're selling them that they're correct and that you were thorough and detailed, and like you don't have to worry about if this is wrong or not. And if we've got like a car that we're selling, like if we are a car salesman, and we're not, we're going to like listen to what they want and hear what they're interested in, and if they want a car that's brand new, then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna like joyfully show them a brand new car. If they're wanting a car under $5,000, if we have cars like that in that price range, I'm going to joyfully share that with them. And I'm going to make it sound good, because I'm doing two things. I'm making my ideas sound good, but I'm also making their ideas sound good. And yeah, if I am going to work someplace, as long as I work there, I'm going to look at all of the products in the best possible way. And if I'm selling cars, I'm going to focus on the positive aspects, and I'm going to be honest and be like, you buy this car for this reason. You buy this car even though it's got lots of miles on it, but it is a Toyota and it can handle more miles on it. And look at the track record, and look at, there's Toyota Corollas on the road right now, still from the 1990s. And I'm going to just look at it and be honest, and I don't have to say it's something that it isn't. I don't have to like try to lie and say this is never been used by anybody else when it has, or it has, no, it's only had one owner, even though it's had 7 owners. I'm not going to lie, but I am going to be like, but what are the best qualities of this car that I can feature and I can tell people about? So I hope this was hopeful and motivational for you, and I'm excited to see the comments. If you have examples of like other like things that we are selling in life that don't seem like we're selling them, please provide some of those examples. The subtle ways we sell, but it's good, but it's a good thing. And let me know how you feel and think about this video, and I will do more just like it. All right. And break. Have a great second half.